Trump talks about Greenland, Panama Canal, January 6, pardon for press conference. The president-elected commented on questions like forgiveness, investment and Greenland. The president-elect Donald Trump spoke about a series of questions on Tuesday at a press conference held at his house in Mar-a-Lago, including pardons for the defendants of January 6, foreign investment, their confidential documents and much more. The president-elected held the press conference just 13 days before his possession. Comments about Greenland, Panama Canal. While your son, Donald Trump Jr., visits Greenland this week, the president-elected discussed his desire that the United States controlled the Panama Canal and Greenland. He also joked about naming the Gulf of Mexico with the Gulf of America, which he said would be appropriate and by night. It's not the first time Trump has suggested rename a geographical location. The president-elected weeks ago announced that he would rename Denali, the highest mountain in the United States, back to M.T. McKinley. Trump signaled the possibility of putting a very high level of fares in Denmark in an attempt that the United States acquire Greenland, the largest island in the world, in large part located above the Arctic Circle. Greenland, home to a great U.S. military base, is an autonomous territory from Denmark, a longtime ally of the U.S. and founding member of NATO. You have approximately 45,000 people there. People don't even know Denmark has any legal right to that, but if they do, they must give up because we need that for national security, told him to reporters. In relation to the Panama Canal, which the U.S. government built, but delivered to the Panamanian government under the Carter administration decades ago, Trump didn't rule out the use of military force to acquire Hydrovia. I won't commit to that, Trump said, when asked if I would rule out the use of the military. Maybe you have to do something. The Panama Channel is vital to our country. We gave the Panama Canal to Panama. We didn't give it to China, said Trump. They abused this present. The president confirmed a foreign investment of $20 billion to build a $20 billion to build a data centers in the U.S. by billionaire Hussein Sajwani, an Emirat developer. He's promising that amount for building in the United States. They can fold, or even a little more than fold, this amount of money, said Trump about the billionaire's company, adding that construction will begin in Texas, Arizona, Louisiana, Ohio, Illinois, Michigan and Indiana. Sajwani, who was at the Mar-a-Lago press event, said it was an amazing news for me and my family when Trump was elected. We've been waiting 4 years to increase our investment in the U.S. for very large amounts of money, he said. Sajwani said Trump's initial election for the president helped increase the profile of his company. The investment of the Damick properties of Sajwani seemed to have intended to show Trump's ability to attract new money to great projects in the United States. The ad follows a promise made last month by Japanese billionaire Masayoshi Son to invest $100 billion in the United States. The judge's decision to block the special counsel report. Trump greeted the decision a federal judge made on Tuesday to stop the Justice Department, DOJ, from divulging a report from special lawyer Jack Smith about his confidential documents investigation on the president-elected and 2 associates. The defendant's lawyers sought to stop the DOJ from spreading the report, while Smith said in court documents this week that he could be released already on Friday. The special lawyer's office and DOJ lost in court in front of a very strong and very bright judge, said Trump to reporters, referring to the judge of the District Aileen Cannon District Court. He also accused Smith of wanting to divulge a 500-page report that would be filled with what he described as information falses destined to denigrate it. Elections aviso about Gaza references the president-elected again alerted the Hamas terrorist organization that needs to release the hostages that were captured during the attack of October 7, 2023. In Israel. It won't be good for Hamas and it won't be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell's gonna burst. I don't need to say anything more, but that's what he said. His new special envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, appeared at the press conference and expressed optimism that negotiations will produce results before the inauguration day on January 20. I'm really hopeful that, until the opening, we'll have some good things to announce on behalf of the president, said Witkoff. Media reports indicate that about 100 hostages, including several American citizens, are still being detained by Hamas in Gaza. During the attack of October 7, which left 1,200 civilians dead, over 250 were kidnapped by Hamas, they said authorities. Signs of principal pardons for the January 6 rise. January 6 at the press conference, Trump offered his last comments about what he now describes as, to people who were arrested after the invasion of January 6, 2021. A reporter asked him, "You said on your first day of office that you'd forgive the defendants on January 6. Are you planning to forgive those who were accused of violent crimes?" "Well, we're looking at that, and we have other people inside," said Trump in answer, adding that, "the people who haven't even entered the building are in prison now. Let's look at the whole thing. But I'll give great pardons, yes," he said. The elected president has provided no other detail, including the defendants he could forgive. On Monday, the former Proud Boys leader, Enrique Tarrio, who received a 22-year sentence, asked Trump to grant him a pardon and observed that he never entered the Capitol building on January 6. Trump also suggested that the FBI is aware of who planted 2 tube bombs outside the Republican national offices and Democrats in Washington on January 5, 2021. In the last few days, the FBI has released new video footage of the suspect. The FBI knows who it is. The FBI's status has decreased, Trump said, suggesting the department's credibility suffered over the last few years.